Can we talk about Bluey for a second?
Yeah.
I think we should go into that, because I think, it, first of all, absolutely wonderful show. And when we started watching it with our two daughters before my son was born, I honestly felt in parts, they were the same age as the two characters, Bluey and Bingo, that there was a camera in our house and that we were seeing some of these things, like, how on earth, surely not, right? But then the thing I really love about it as well is that it is a reflection of a strong family unit in an Australian setting in Brisbane. There is Australian humour in it, the concept of the bush we, for example, which I always find amusing. And, the difficulties of being a family with young children are sort of reflected in a humorous way. And I must say I'm always insecure as a father watching Bandit, who seems to be the world's most perfect father in the way he's always with his kids. In fact, there's this one wonderful episode where the Bingo says to her father, why are you going away for work for 3 weeks? You're always at work. And he turns around and he says, I'm never at work. I'm like, okay, I wish that was true for me too. Anyway, so what is it about Bluey that captures both parents' and children's imaginations?
So Bluey is a gift in anyone's career. I am so thankful to the creator, writer, director and showrunner Joe Brumm, who is the genius behind Bluey. So most people might not know that the show is made by an independent production company called Ludo. So the ABC licenses the show and we supported them in the early stages of the development of the show. But the genius idea came from them. So it's wonderful in my job to have, shows like this that sort of land in your lap, and it's sort of then beholden on us to get behind the team and make it happen. So we're so lucky that, Joe brought the project to us. This is a very authored show, so exactly what you're speaking to, Joe has, when he started writing the show, his girls were sort of the same age, and one of the other producers at Ludo Studios. So it was very much an authored piece of work around, the ups and downs of being parents and also the ups and downs of being kids. But what was so different about it versus other preschool content in the market like Peppa Pig, etc., in those shows, the parents were often a little bit secondary or a bit stupid or a bit silly or kind of a hyper cartoon version of parents.
Although my kids tell me I have a good affinity with Daddy Pig. But
possibly.
Yes. I thought that was offensive.
Yeah, but you wouldn't probably sit down and watch Peppa, whereas what we know is that really, and Joe I think always sums it up really well, is he says that it's a sitcom that preschoolers want to watch.
Yes.
Whereas often you have a sitcom that's just goes over the head of preschool. So it's very much, in the creation of the show, that's where he's coming from. And he does want it to play to both audiences equally, that adults are getting out of it as much as the kids are getting out of it, which he has successfully done.
Absolutely.
Completely.
Absolutely successfully done it.
Yeah.
There's so many episodes that sort of call to you as a parent. There's one where Bingo has a dream, and at the end of the dream, she finds herself back in her mother's arms. And my wife just thought this was tugging at the heartstrings. Or another one where Bluey makes a video for her sister who was in hospital, right? And she goes through all this effort to find a way to get her sister to feel better. Something to do with underpants, I think, if I remember correctly. And again, at the end, you just feel, wow, that's just, it is the authors have done just this remarkable job of capturing life as a parent, as a young family. I think a gift is excellent. I think one thing I really love about it, though, other than the sort of content of it, is the fact that it does portray Australia in an Australian way, which is so difficult to do, I think, when there's so much content around.